Hi guys, in this video I'll explain how to simplify conditions. I also go over some of the tips and tricks when writing conditions. Now when we have a condition with the logical not operator in front, and A is an expression that consists of comparisons of logical operators such as AND, or not, we can oftentimes simplify it by bringing the not operator inside the condition. And doing so will flip the signs of these conditions. I have a table here how these comparisons flip. So for example, when we have greater than, bringing the not operator inside the expression will change greater than to less than or equal. Greater or equal to will change to less than. Now to explain this, let me output a range of values up here. Let's say we have all the negative values to negative 100 to 0 to positive 100 and beyond. If we have a condition where we have, let's say, not A is greater than 100. We have this condition. Greater than 100 means anything above 100. And when we do not want anything greater than 100, what value do we really want? We want something 100 or below, right? So 100 or below is basically bringing the not operator inside this condition. So the condition will be A less than or 100. So again, greater than 100, not A greater than 100, simply means A should be 100 or less. So here we simplified by bringing the not operator in and changing the sign. Same with the second example. If we have something A should be greater or equal to 0. How can we simplify this? Now, greater or equal to 0 is this one. If we do not want anything greater than 100, what we really want is something less than 0. So here we bring the not operator in, we change the sign, less than 0. Now you can already see understanding this one takes a little bit longer than understanding this one. A should be less than 0. This is straightforward. But having not A larger or equal to 0, we have to think for a moment to see what we want. So it's always good to simplify conditions where we can. Let's do another example. Let's say we have the equal sign. Not A should not be, we do not want that A is equal to 5. So equal to 5 is some number here. So if we do not want A to be equal to 5, we basically want A should not be 5. So bringing the not operator in changes the equal sign to not equal. A not equal 5. Same with this one here. Let's try one of the logical operators. So when we simplify it, the logical operators change from the AND operator to the OR operator, the OR operator to the AND operator, and the NOT operator would be 2 times NOT operator, which is essentially it's going away. We can remove it. Now let's do it with the logical AND operator. So let's say we have a condition where we do not want A to be in the range of 0. So A is larger or equal to 0 and A less than or equal to 100. So this is the range, and we do not want this range. So we want anything less than 0 or anything above 100. So let's bring this in. So we apply the not operator to the greater or equal sign. So greater or equal will become less than. Now the not operator applied to the AND sign will become an OR. And the not operator applied to the less than or equal sign, it will become greater than. And so this is the simplified condition. Now again, this one defines 0 to 100. And we put the not operator in front. So we do not want anything in that range. We want anything less than or anything above 100. And if we look at the simplified condition here, we can see it straight away anything less than or anything greater than 100. So this is how we simplify condition. We use this table, we flip essentially every operator to simplify the condition and removing the not operator by bringing it in and applying it to all the other operators. Now let's move on to some tips and tricks. Many times in our program we have a variable, for example, a Boolean variable, and let's say, for example, I check if it is sunny. Now, when I want to check in the condition if it is sunny or not, and assume for a moment we use this one is not assigned, we just read it from the console. So if we want to check, we can say is sunny equal true, right? And here I output system line it is sunny. Now when we assign, when we check Boolean variables and we compare them to another Boolean variable, essentially what we're doing here, we're comparing the face values. We take the value in here, if it is true, we compare that true is really true. And we do not want to write this. What we want to do instead is just remove this one. Do not write is sunny equal true. There's no point in comparing true to true. This is kind of, if you want to check 0, and you know it is either 0 or 1, you compare again 0 back to 0. We know that 0 is 0. We know that 5 is 5. We know that true is true. There's no point in comparing those two. So we can just take the face value. This can be true or false. If it is true, then we enter it. If it is false, then we do not enter it. Same if we want to check if it is not sunny. So we don't want to write this. Do not write is sunny equal false. When you have equal false, remove this and put the not operator in front. So this is how you check Boolean variables. And just taking the variable to check if it's true, putting the not operator in front to check if it is false. One other thing that is that new programmers often write in the beginning is we want to check if a value, let's say we have an integer value, and it can be anything. Again, this value, I assume it comes from somewhere, maybe entered by the user, and I want to do something if it's not in the range of 0 to 10. So here val is in the range of 0 to 10, but I do not want to do anything. Here, nothing to do. I have the else block and I want to do something here. Val is outside 0 to 10. When we write something like this and we don't have anything in this block, simply what we want to do is change these two blocks. So basically swap the then block with the else block. How can we do this? Now let me copy and paste this to see the above condition. We simply put a not operator in front. We know that not changes false to true and true to false. And simply doing this will flip these two. So this becomes the then block and the then block becomes the else block. We have this. And we know if we have an else block where there's nothing to do, we can just get rid of the else block. So this one up here is the same as this one. And if we know how to simplify conditions, which I just talked about above, we can bring this operator in. So less than or equal to will be larger than or greater than. The and operator becomes the or operator, and the less than or equal to becomes greater than. Now, bringing this in, we can remove the not operator, and let's test this a couple times. So I assign it to 100. See, when we run this, it's outside from 0 to 10. Let's put something 5. This should be inside the range. And here, it didn't output anything. So this here is the same as this one. So when you write your code like this, notice if I don't have anything indent block, just put the not operator in front. And then you can take it a step further and simplify it if you're up for the challenge. I hope you enjoyed this video. Thank you for watching.